Hello everybody, my name is Ben Wick, the Mayor of City of Spokane Valley. Appreciate you taking the time tonight to get a little bit of an update from what we're doing here at Spokane Valley City Hall. So I want to rest assured we've got a number of comments. We are a part of the regional coalition of the Emergency Coordination Center, partnering with the Spokane Regional Health District, the City of Spokane, Spokane County, and our neighbors and municipalities of the City of Millwood, City of Liberty Lake, and all other jurisdictions within our region. In fact, we actually have two council members, Councilmember Thompson and myself, are even on our city's representatives to the Regional Health District Board of Directors. So we're very in tune and a part of the regional coalition moving our community forward. Just also wanted to say that our City Hall is still operating. We are open by appointment, trying to continue our operations through this pandemic, but want to keep our community moving forward. So we've taken the necessary steps to implement social distancing and all of the appropriate guidelines by the CDC and our local health district office. With that, we've made some changes. We have always had our online permitting, but wanted to make sure to get the word out there that we still offer more online permitting services through our website. With that, traditionally, we've had convenience fees for credit card payments, but in this time, we've waived all of those extra fees, so there's no extra charge to use your credit cards in our online permitting system. We have changed our public comment period, so our city council meetings are going to look a little different. Even though before we've had live streaming through our website, we have expanded that. So now you can log in and via a Zoom meeting can join us with our council meetings. And if you let us know by 4 o'clock the day of our council meetings, by that time, to let us know which phone number you'll be dialing in on, you can actually provide comment during our meetings for any action items that'll be moving forward. But we wanted to make sure to know that we're here as a city and moving our community forward, but still making sure that we listen to our community, because that's who we're here to serve. Through the regional partnership, we have a number of different events and press releases going through, but wanted to let you know that the drive-through testing facility at the fairgrounds has temporarily closed. It's going to be probably opening by the end of the week, Thursday, Friday. There'll be more press releases to kind of share that information when that comes back online, as we look to expand the services there at the fairgrounds for alternative care. But as that comes together, we'll be doing more information. We're also at the city trying to move our local construction projects forward. We've been planning to redo the road along Indiana Avenue there. You saw that before this outbreak happened. So we're trying to advance that to get the road repaved in front of the mall right now during the lull of activity at the mall, take advantage of that so we have a lessened impact on our business community when we come out of this crisis. We're also advancing a number of other construction projects to provide a little bit more stimulus boost for our local construction groups as we go through this time. Also, there was a rumor of food distribution. I know in our regularly scheduled lives there would have been spring break next week for our local school districts, and I wanted to rest assured to share those that may be concerned that next week, even though it's spring break, I've contacted all of our Valley school districts and they'll all be continuing their food distribution programs as they have been for the last few weeks through next week as spring break. So thank you to those that are helping step up to volunteer and help the school districts continue that program through the future. But it comes back to this is a serious issue for our community. We need to do the best that we can in spreading the disease. And just want to reiterate, the best way to prevent the spread of this disease is through washing our hands. We need to wash our hands often. We need to have disinfectant for our hands. Do the antibacterial or hand sanitizer if you have any. We want to do a shout out to the local business community. Dry Fly Distillery has been getting a lot of press, and really appreciate those that are doing the free hand sanitizer for those that may not be able to find that. So they have a facility there where you can pick some up there. And also the governor's issuance of the social distancing, staying home and staying healthy. It is important that we maintain our social distancing. That's why you get to see me here live today on Facebook as we embrace new technologies to help that. This disease is similar to flu-like symptoms, but it's also much more contagious. As we do more testing and limited supplies of testing to our numbers, but as those grow, we know that, according to Dr. Lutz, our regional health officer, that for every person out there that's an infected case, typically infects 2.7 others. So we know if we have a certain number of cases, our typical, our realized infection level is actually 3 times higher than that before we get to it. You heard from the president today of different testing that could be coming online in the next few weeks, hopefully being able to reduce the lead time to that. But we'll need those supplies, which are in short supply across the nation and world. Also wanted to kind of point out we need to continue to stop the panic shopping. As we go out to the grocery store, the supplies of foods and toilet paper and all the supplies that we need as normal are continuing to come into our community. There's no delay in those issues, but unfortunately we have abnormal buying practices where people are clearing the shelves, and we really need that to stop. We need to have people be able to get access to toilet paper and basic food supplies and things of that nature through our community. It's not going to be a shortage. We're going to maintain that food distribution system, but we need to allow the stores to be able to restock with that. Also, we want to be respectful. We know this disease is much more affecting the generations, the older generations. Those that are 80, those that are 60 and above have a much more higher mortality rate than those that are younger. So we need to be mindful of that, as those that are in their 20s and 30s typically are been known as the invincible group, where they don't believe this is going to affect them, and they'll get over it. But the problem is as you come into contact and spread that disease amongst that group, you oftentimes go back home to mom or dad or grandma and grandpa and spread the disease, who may not have the same abilities to recover as we do, or as the younger generation does. But in that, as we look at shopping, everybody needs to be able to go out and shop. And the stay healthy, stay home order does not say you can't go to the grocery store. And a lot of grocery stores are establishing new times in the morning to try and allow the seniors or the older generation to be able to shop when their stores are the cleanest after they've disinfected overnight. And so we want to make sure that people are respectful of that, and I ask you to be respectful of that as they adjust their hours to allow the seniors to come in the mornings to do their shopping before having more of the community come in afterwards. Also, the supplies of personal protective equipment, or PPE. We know that we want to make sure to arm our first responders, whether that's the firefighters, the police officers, or the medical professional. We've established as a emergency coordination center different priority levels through the health district, and we want to prioritize getting those supplies to those first responders to keep them safe as they respond and keep our community safe. But with that, if there are businesses that may be affected by the shutdowns, or houses that may have unopened boxes of masks, gloves, or gowns, the Valley Hospital is also accepting donations for those. So if you have those, or your business is affected and you have boxes of masks, gowns, and gloves that were manufactured that are unopened, please get those to those. Their typical hours are 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday at their loading docks at the back of the hospital, where they're able to accept those donations and have those sanitized before putting into use in the medical community. Also, as we go through, we've talked with our local food banks. Spokane Valley Partners is a huge food distribution center for us in the valley. And as we know through everybody's through this crisis and economic downturn or closures, a lot of people have gone into the unemployment, which is causing the need for food to go up. I just want to give a shout out to a story where I heard the Valley Real Life Church off of Barker, there on the south part of the valley, is doing drive-through food drives to maintain their social distancing, but still able to collect food for those in need. Valley Partners, talking to them, has seen an increase. I've seen an email from the Salvation Army's food distribution system where they've seen a 30% increase in demand for food through their food bank systems. So we know that there's an increased need, and we see that, and we're trying to help. Tonight at the City Council meeting, we'll be talking about providing some assistance to Valley Partners to continue that effort to make sure that they have the supplies that they need to continue the food bank operations and getting the community the needs that they need. Also, through all of this, we haven't heard much, but there's a need for blood donations. And so there are ways, if you reach out, we'll post some information on our website as well, but there's looking for people to donate blood. And we want to make sure that we do our social distancing. So the normal gatherings for the blood bank bus and things of that nature haven't been happening, but there is still a need to donate blood through this as well. And also want to give a great kudos to this Greater Spokane Valley or Greater Spokane County Meals on Wheels program. They've been able to ramp up and get more food to more seniors out there in our community, and all the volunteers that are going with that, because it's a completely volunteer-driven organization for the drivers in that. And so those are essential people in our community as well. So thank you to all those that are volunteering. And if you find yourself with time, We want to encourage you to be able to volunteer for organizations like that are going to be able to get out there and deliver more food to those that need it in our community. And those that have the ability or opportunity, we want to make sure to shop local as we go through this. A lot of our business community is shut down or having to find new ways to continue business and operations. And so we have a hashtag Order Up Spokane Valley out there. And so we encourage you to share any of your experiences as businesses have kind of transformed to pick up only or drive through. I know I was at Cafe Rio by the mall, and they have a great setup where they can actually you place your order online, and they have a curbside kind of pickup where they can bring it out to your car so you don't have to go into the business. Great adaptability here in Spokane Valley. We have a great mindset for adapting and evolving to the changes that are needing or rising to the occasion. And so it's great to hear and see all these things that are happening in our community. And as a business owner myself, I empathize with those businesses. These are hard times as we go through this, and assure you that we're not doing this out of faint heart. I mean, we're trying to do what's best for our community to lower the curve so that way we can slow the spread of this virus so that we don't overwhelm our medical facilities. But to that effect, want to applaud the federal government with the CARES Act. Our congressional delegation through Kathy McMorris Rogers, the Senators Murray and Cantwell's office, and the President have passed an act called CARES Act, which has a payment protection program where businesses that are able to continue their payroll are given loans which can turn into grants so that they don't have to repay them if they're able to maintain their payroll system or be able to restore their payroll for those businesses, as well as Small Business Administration loans or SBA loans that are available for the micro kind of businesses can get grants as well, which also have forgivenesses and loans to maintain their payroll system. So there's a lot of different aid out there as well. And I want to commend the Chambers of Commerce. So the Greater Spokane Valley Chamber of Commerce as well as GSI have combined efforts with West Plains Chamber as well to have a single resource and help businesses be able to access those different programs as they come online and wade through all the different options that are out there for businesses, because we need our business community to continue and thrive and be able to rebound as we come out of this recovery effort. And wanted to highlight also that through the business efforts, while not everybody may be members of the Chambers of Commerce, they have opened their services up to any business out there in our community to be able to access and help them through these times and gain access to the programs that are available. As well as the state government. Don't want to ignore what they've been able to do. So the governor and our local legislators have been able to pass expanded unemployment for those that find themselves laid off. They've been able to waive the waiting week and provide additional time. Unfortunately, we've seen an 850% increase in unemployment claims in the state of Washington. So bear with them as they get that system online to be able to get the paychecks to continue through to our community members. But yes, so there's a lot of things going on in our community. There's a lot of moving parts as we go through this. As we try to bend the curve and slow the spread of this disease, I think we're going to see more extensions of what we're going through, and we're going to need to learn to adapt and come through this. I know that I'm confident in our community. As a multiple generation Valley person here, I know that our community can come through this. As I talked to my grandmother who made it through the Depression era and some of these tougher times, they were able to survive then, and I'm confident that we were going to be able to survive now. Not saying that it is going to get that bad, but just wanting to make sure to stay in tune for more information. So there are other resources available for more information. You can see SpokaneCOVIDResponse.com is a great resource as we come together. And then also on the Facebook side of things, there's Spokane COVID Response Facebook group, where that group will be having rotating speakers at 10 o'clock, having a Facebook Live on their web stream as well, so you can get that information. As well as the City of Spokane Valley has a webpage. So if you go to SpokaneValley.org, we have a webpage where we're giving more COVID information out there, as well as a business directory. And so both Spokane Valley and the Chamber of Commerce have a business listing where you can support some of those local businesses that are still open and providing those drive-through opportunities for those that can take advantage. I know that we can get through this as a community as we come together. Encourage everybody to reach out to each other. We can stand together. We're a lot stronger. Please check in on your neighbors. I know we're trying to do social distancing and find safe ways of doing that, but we just want to keep a lookout for each other as well. So I'd encourage anybody to be able to check in your community as you stay home and stay healthy to make sure that we're taking care of each other through this time. And thank you for taking the time to come out today, and Really appreciate that. And if you have any information or feedback, please reach out to us here at City Hall. We are here for you and help connect you with the resources that you may need. Thank you.